Recently, Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi set foot on Syrian soil for the first time in 12 years. The international community views this as a new development following the Saudi-Iranian reconciliation. The Middle East appears to be entering a new era of reconciliation. As everyone knows, Syria and Iran have long suffered under illegal US unilateral sanctions. Thus, people eagerly hope the two nations can strengthen cooperation to break American hegemony. Just as the Middle East situation improves, the US repeatedly interferes. As a staunch anti-American nation in the region, Iran naturally won't let this go unanswered. Retaliation has already begun. According to Global Times, Iran's navy recently seized a US tanker in the Strait of Hormuz. The US Navy's Fifth Fleet stated, Iran deployed over a dozen fast attack boats that surrounded the American tanker in the Strait of Hormuz. Ultimately, the tanker was forced to alter course into Iranian waters. Iran claims it acted after receiving complaints, but didn't specify details. The US strongly condemned Iran's naval action, calling it a grave threat to regional maritime security and global economic stability, demanding immediate release of the tanker. Notably, 6 days prior, a similar incident occurred, when Iran used helicopters and boats to seize another US-bound tanker, claiming it violated international law by colliding with an Iranian vessel, injuring several crew members. About 20% of the world's oil passes through the Strait of Hormuz daily. Rising tensions threaten commercial shipping safety. Despite US demands for release, Iran remains firm, asserting the tankers violated regulations first. Its navy acted under orders. Clearly, US words carry little weight with Iran. Some US politicians feel provoked. Reacting angrily, 12 senators urged President Biden to reclaim authority to confiscate Iranian oil assets, arguing that, despite sanctions, Iran's oil exports keep growing, funding attacks against US interests. They demanded more funding to better seize Iranian oil. Currently, these moves only complicate Biden's position. Given Iran's resolute stance, if the US continues seizing Iranian oil, Iran may escalate, potentially seizing more US tankers in the Gulf. By then, US regrets would be too late. Currently, the Biden administration lacks leverage over Iran. Previously, US meddling and alliances formed an anti-Iran coalition. But as Middle East reconciliation accelerates, US influence wanes, and sanctions lose effectiveness. Meanwhile, the Ukraine crisis triggered an energy crisis in the West, boosting Iran's oil exports significantly. Notably, Saudi Arabia and others now ignore US directives, Prioritizing national interests. By cutting oil output, despite US pressure. Undermining Western inflation control efforts. Raisi's Syria visit was warmly welcomed, with agreements signed on agriculture, oil, and more. Iranian officials called it a strategic victory in the region. Post-Saudi-Iran data. The Middle East is transforming, with Arab states welcoming Syria back, signaling US policy failure. Currently, US regional influence has sharply declined. If it continues playing pirate, seizing others' oil, the outcome is predictable.